Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I am your host, Kim Warner, and I wanted to do a little bit of an energy checkup. This is a season where Capricorn is being bombarded with at least 6 planets. It is Pluto, Neptune, Mercury, and I may have forgotten one or other, but anyway, Venus has been there, and she should be going out of Capricorn. But the reason why I wanted to do an energy checkup is that I had individuals asking me what was going on. And with Mercury having been in Capricorn, there's a lot of brain activity and messages coming up. That's what Mercury is about, messenger. And so we do know that we cannot be any earthly good if we're no heavenly good, and no heavenly good if we're no earthly good. So there's a balance between the heavens and the earth, and a need to know and understand what's going on in the heavenlies as well as what is going on in the earth. With 6 planets, at least in Capricorn, there it's called a stellium. And so the questions that I received were I'm trying to figure out what's going on with me. I don't understand what's going on with me, and I'm feeling this, that, and the other. And so Capricorn does rule like the teeth, the skeletal system, the legs, and that kind of thing. You could look it up and study for yourself. I believe that's empowering. However, with that being so, it's affecting the body in all individuals, and that's something that others do not know, is that the planets affect the body. They affect the body, and whichever the planet is that's actually ruling, then that means that it's going to actually impede upon some things that may not be normal during a cycle or during a month, that kind of thing. So Capricorn ruling the skeletal system is going to affect the body and the nervous system. And I mean, you could take that and understand that your legs or your body, you might be feeling fatigued because Capricorn is moving throughout, the energy is moving throughout the body. And it is doing what it does, which means that you have to take care of your body, because naturally the goat or the sea goat is a determined aspect, and what it does is it determines its factor and it goes after it, meaning the goal. And you might be working out today and not really feel like it, and you need to honor your body, because if energy is leaving the body and new energy is coming in, it will feel tired and fatigued, because it could be confusion going on in the body, even in the mind. And it is a lot to take on if you don't understand. But if Capricorn is in the South Node, which is what's happening, I'm going piece by piece, and it's changing the direction of your life, that means that you're going to feel confused. And there's going to be transformation factors that stand out to you, such as triggering, because you're confused and you don't feel like yourself and you can't put your hand on what's going on. And so with that being said, the confusion, it causes triggers, and it causes the body to respond in different ways that it wouldn't normally. You don't really have any control. Now you can pray, and that is what we do, what I do, what I teach, those that I work with. The other thing is that meditation is very fortifying, because when the energies are coming, you want to be so disciplined to understand that you're releasing old stuff and you're taking in the new. As you take in new raw energy, it has to be disciplined, and meditation is the way. So with these other planets, such as Pluto comes in and it's the transformation factor. It tears down old stuff that is not conducive. It's going to tear down within the body before it tears down outside. That doesn't mean that there's going to be health issues. It means that it's getting rid of old energy that is not conducive, because all of these energies play a part in building our lives. On a collective basis, we come together and build together, family, community, etc. It goes beyond that, but it also is a planet that it deals with, our government structures and tearing down and bringing in new. All of the old stuff that had been a part of our lives is going out, because the South Node is saying, this is over, Capricorn. This isn't working, and this is what we need to do. So this happens on a individual, on a community level, and on a collective level, okay, worldwide. Now come back to us, and Pluto is saying this energy that you've been working with is not conducive to build or to get structures going. So let's get rid of it. So what is Sagittarius doing now? Is still being optimistic. Jupiter, I didn't mention that at the beginning. Jupiter is still being optimistic, saying, let's go. And then when Pluto and Capricorn are saying no with the seriousness, we're tearing some stuff down and we're rebuilding together, then Jupiter is saying, okay, I'll come in and I'll do it. But it's still, it's still giving you the optimism. It's still giving you the thoughts of expansion. Now be careful on the expansion and going too fast with Jupiter being there, because it could be old expansion you were working at, and Capricorn and Pluto are saying, no, we're done with that, because the South Node is shifting over. Now, the South Node shifting over to what? The North Node, which is in Cancer. Cancer is about nurturing and love, all right? So then when we go on and we look at what Neptune is doing, Neptune is there, and Neptune is mystical. So there is a great transformation of spiritual energy intertwined in that. And one of the questions was, a young lady was saying that she felt like she was moving through dimensions, in and out of time. And some people are not aware of that. The mind will take you into places. That's what quantum leaping is about. However, when you're going in and out of time, this is the time state. The earth is time. In spirit, there's no time. And so knowing that you may be going into spirit to see some things and coming right back and not really grasping the consciousness, the mystical part of Neptune is saying, I'm here. This is me. And that part of Neptune also that has not been corrected in your energy field could be showing you some areas of self-undoing that you need to check in. And self-undoing is where you have felt like others have sabotaged you, but you didn't know you had sabotaging energy within your energy field. You have to look at your chart. That means that you have to work at undoing things that you have actually did to yourself. And that is a powerful learning experience, because I've had it. I don't want to get into that, but to let go of the energy of sabotage or rejection. If you are having a sun in the 12th house, a sun, yes, and it doesn't have to be Pisces, but your sun in the 12th house means that you have some self-undoing to do. Rejection. You can't stay there. Abandonment. You can't stay there. Right? So what happens is Pisces is communicating its energy, with Neptune being in Capricorn and saying, actually rebuild. So everybody in Capricorn, all of these signs there are saying rebuild, reestablish, new structure throughout the whole zodiac system. Why? Because there's been a system in the earth that has failed man. All right. So at the end of the day, the questions that I received had to do with old patterns and things that people were experiencing, the triggers. Look at the old and let them go, because that's what the South Node is saying. It's not saying embrace and keep this. It's saying release it. All right? Because it's gone south. It's no good for you anymore. Come into the nurturing aspect of embracing being visible, being naked in your truth, not worrying that you have to defend yourself, standing up for what you believe, not on a negative level, but what you believe, because most people are inauthentic because they are not standing in the truth of the higher self, their God being, that part of Christ or Buddha that you have been studying religion for, that kind of thing. Your authenticity says that you are actually uncovered. There's no more mask. And that's what the energies that we're experiencing are doing now. Some of the other heavier loads of what it's doing mentally is it's bringing in fatigue. It's bringing in irritability, anxiety. People are having heart palpitations, and it's not really about sickness, but you can also go to the doctor because you want to get a checkup and make sure that it's not something serious. Fatigue, the heart palpitations, headaches, muscle aches, drink a lot of water. I encourage anybody out there to drink as much fluids as possible and eat as less meat as you can because of the need to digest and release. All right. So, any questions that you have, you guys can email me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. And, I thank all of those that have inquired up until this point. And so have a wonderful day and a happy new year. I'm going to be doing a recording on dysfunction in families. We talked about boundaries yesterday. When you become a healthy minded person and you're setting goals, sometimes you got to recognize the family dysfunction. Now, in the flip side, even when you're setting goals and you have your boundaries, you remember that you have not become perfect, but that you still are in a state of perfection. And if we can remember that, then we can honor our brothers and sisters throughout the communities and love on them even in the midst of their hurt and pain, and help to encourage them to rebuild. All right. Have a wonderful day again, and I'll talk to you soon.